Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining my live. While we're expecting our guest, Mr. Olumide Oyedeji, um, I'm going to be interacting with you guys, and feel free to ask me any questions if you have any. Thank you for joining once more. My name is Ojobo Owecho, and I am Coach OJ. This is The Bounce, your number one podcast for everything basketball in Nigeria and across Africa. So far, I hope you've been enjoying all the episodes of The Bounce that you've been watching. We're doing everything possible to bring you the best content, the best basketball stories, and uh, inspiring stories, insightful stories, and information as well, because the main objective of this platform is to inform, educate, and inspire, through basketball. Yeah, so thank you once more for joining, and I believe you're going to enjoy this session. Now, just to tell you a little things about our guest, sorry, Mr. Olumide Oyedeji is a basketball legend. Um, Even me, I didn't have the privilege to, watch him play during his prime, but the stories that were told after him are great stories, and he's a great person. Yeah. So he's somebody I've idolized because I've heard so many stories about him, and I'm excited. I'm eager, because this is like the first time I'm going to have him, hear from the horse's mouth, have him tell his story by himself. So it's exciting for me, and I'm really looking forward to it. So feel free to drop questions in the comments. We're going to take them. If you have any questions to ask Olumide directly, or you have questions to ask me, please drop them in the comments. I'll try to answer as much as I can. Yeah. Yeah. So while we're still waiting, I'd also like to find out, um, for those of you that have been watching the bounce from the first episode, I'd like you to tell me your most interesting episode so far, and which guests do you think have been the best guests since we started the show? And also, which guest are you anticipating to see after, okay, subsequently, who will you be expecting to see? And as well, if you would want to come on the show, please let me know. Yeah, we are open to share as much basketball stories as possible. Yes, and then with the objective to inspire, inform, and educate basketball, true basketball. So it's interesting times in our basketball while we're waiting for Big O, the legend. And we're just going to share a couple of stories or a couple of rumors, a couple of things that are gaining attention around the basketball circle, while we're waiting for him. Currently, the National Sports Festival is going on, and it's been, if you've been following the stories online, you notice that it has been quite interesting. From people complaining about the officiating to a couple of other things, that are happening in the tournament so far. Um, I think the most electrifying game so far. I'm not in Abeokuta, and I'm not watching the games live, but I'm trying as much as I can to follow up, you know, and to share information like I always do. So I think the most electrifying game so far was the game between um, Plateau State and Lagos State. I mean, the game was tied and they had to carry it over to the next day, and there were a lot of drama surrounding the game. It just shows you the level of competition at the National Sports Festival. Yeah, so I'm a basketball person, so whatever I say is relating to basketball. I'm sure all the other games are also very competitive. And yes, this evening I saw clips from the game between um, FCT, FCT, and which state? The game was almost tied, almost the same situation between Lagos and Plateau, but FCT eventually won. FCT eventually won. So our guest is trying to join. So please hold on tight. The main event is about to begin. I was just keeping you guys active. Please don't forget to drop your comments. Let's know what you think about the bounce. Let's know what you think about all of the previous episodes. Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Glad to be here this evening.
Good to have you here, Bigo.
Oh, here, Mr. OJ, how's it going?
Fine, fine. Yeah, so first I'd like to say a very big thank you for honoring the invitation. I mean, we all know how committed you are to basketball development, and accepting to be on this show shows how far you're concerned about inspiring the next generation and putting out the right information about basketball across the country. So thank you so much for joining. It's a privilege, and I'm super excited to sit here and have this conversation with you.
Well, I mean, thank you for having me here. I must just give you kudos for what you're doing, supporting basketball, to let people know what's going on around the world around basketball. I'll be super excited. When I got the invite, I was like, okay, wow, it's great. So all the way, I have to drive all the way back for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh wow!
To make sure that
Wow!
I'll be on
Thank
this.
you so much.
I just give
Thank you
kudos.
so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so like I was telling my audience before you joined that you're a basketball legend. You know, a lot of us that are very young didn't have the privilege of watching you play during your prime. You know, although we get to watch, we saw some clips. You know, but it wouldn't give us the real image of how well you played. Yeah, so that is what I would like us to start with. I'd like you to give us your basketball journey. How did you start? Did you just like basketball from the beginning? Take us through that memory lane.
Oh, well, first of all, once again, let me say thank you. I mean, basketball was actually my last sport, playing basketball. I mean, that I
Wow.
picked. I grown up playing soccer. I was, I played Lani under 13. I played Youth Fun under 14. I played Obal Benis Cup. I played Rabat Cup. I played Principals Cup. And fortunately, basketball was just in the middle of my secondary school. I went to, I mean, prestigious Loyola College Ibadan,
Yeah.
where I always see basketball court at the middle of my classroom. So unfortunately enough, all my years in school, my classroom was just like a rectangular. Let me say the square rectangular shape. So I always see basketball. Anytime I look outside the classroom, see basketball. So
Wow.
I just think, you know what? Let me just try to waste my time, play basketball because I was a D track and field, play volleyball, play handball, badminton, tennis. I was doing
Wow.
everything. So when I saw myself taller than my age grew, I said, you know what? Let me just try basketball like I try every other sport. So I found that
Wow.
very interesting, and I just pick up from there.
Wow. Wow. So you were like an all-round athlete. Like you were good in every other sport, and basketball was your last pick.
Definitely, I was. I mean, I ran a relay for my secondary school. I mean, don't be surprised. I mean, Coach Fani Amu can be a witness. I mean, I was invited to one under 13 in the NFL one time in Lagos. Every time Coach
Wow.
Fani Amu still see me, Coach Fani Amu say, "You ran away from me, right? You ran away from me. You ran away from me." but that wasn't my call. I never knew I was going to be a basketball player. So I
Wow.
was just jack of all trade. So that was how it is. I did the track and field, 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters. Like I said, I was a member of my relay team, my
Mm.
secondary school, and actually we actually won a lot of my secondary school.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. So, at what point did you started noticing that, oh, this the basketball is leading somewhere, and then you started taking more interest and start taking it seriously?
Oh, well, as a secondary school, we still kind of just never know what is going to happen. So when I got to Obafemi Awolowo University, and was just like a true story, or not like try to make it up. I go to the school, they said that you're not good enough to play. I was like, I wanted to play, they say you have no shoes. I was like, what do you mean I have no shoes to play? Which was true. I actually had no shoes. So they
Wow.
say you can't play with barefooted. I had to go all the way back to Ibadan from Ife, try to use my school fees or my money, whatever, to go buy shoes. And I bought a shoe and I came back to the basketball court. Now I have shoes I want to play. They said, sorry, you're not good enough. We're going to play in the girls and with a jeans club. Because the jeans club with the side club. I mean, at the side. So I was like, wow. So I said, no, 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 no. I was good enough. I actually cried off that court on that day. And I was
Wow.
so arrogant. I was so arrogant, at the same time confidence. And I said, none of you is better than me. None of you is better than me. I was the best. And actually, I wasn't the best player. Actually,
Mm.
I wasn't good enough. That's the truth.
Mm.
But I was pained that I have to go use my money to buy shoes. And I never knew that I was manifesting during this period that I was going to be the best. Nobody's better than me. And to be honest, I did lie to myself. When I was lying to myself, I wasn't good enough. I didn't even make the team. So now I was surrounded with a lot of good players, that play the game, and we're playing just like we play every night, every day, practice. We have a sports hall, which is a basketball. So as when I get there, I finally quit. I quitted other sports. I was focused on basketball. So that made a lot of things just now coming better for me. And I started playing rather. And as at that time, we had a lot of players from Highlanders, a lot of players from
Yeah.
Highlanders, Comet, Niger Porters, just mentioned a few YMCA, a couple of them that time. And I was like, wow, so inspiring. And anytime they get to Ife, it was just like, you just being like NBA, you seen it. So then that gave me confidence. And I must give kudos to a couple of my mates, my friends, my roommates, and my coaches over there, then like a Papi K, Dr. Kwashi, um, Dr. BC Adeniran. So we had all these things just keep encouraging me. So I was skinny, no shoes, coming out there. And all the players were more like a family, bonded, stay together, eat together, do all the things together. So that actually really helped me. So that was when I actually picked up basketball. Look, this is what I wanted to do when I saw all those players playing and do all those things.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, that's yeah, an inspiring story, because I know everybody faces that early challenge of I don't want to use the word rejection, but um, that pushback of saying you're not good enough, and a lot of people usually quit. A lot of people just say, "Oh, they said I'm not good enough," and then they just lay back. So it shows a lot of persistence, and uh, so I mean that's an inspiring story for the young guys. I know they must be facing some form of setback in different areas, but I think not giving up is more important, and then actually pushing for what you want. Yeah. So I
No,
think you
no,
want.
but you know one thing about it still, like you have to know one thing about it is when you're talking about not giving up, a very short story. I
Yeah.
mean, well, I remember, I remembered 1995. I was in school. I was and I came out there and I told my friends, like I said, I wasn't good enough actually. That was the truth. But I believe within me that I was the best, but I wasn't the best. And I just came out there with you just in the room. I said, you know what? I said, I had a dream. I had a place that I played in the NBA in the next 3 years. I
Wow.
played for Indiana. So I had one of my roommates, I'm not going to name him. He looked at me like this. He said, "You must be stupid. You must be an idiot. You must be." He cost me. Like you see, never see somebody so stupid like myself. He said, "No."
Wow.
I said, "I knew how to dream I played the next 3 years, but you actually knew what? Though I didn't play in NBA in that 3 years that I said, but it
Yeah.
took me another
You
three
eventually.
years. But I eventually played in that NBA because I had the feelings and I had that dream. I had that like, look, I am gonna get it. So whatever you go through, things is not gonna go well. I mean, a lot of obstacles that I don't have when I got stranded in Borno. I got stranded in Kaduna, just leave Lagos, going to Borno, try to play for under 18. I go to Can't go to Ilorin. I had no transport. I had to sleep on the air at the what they call it at the stadium. I go to Kaduna. They say I wasn't actually good enough to play for under 18 in Kwara. They were prepared for under
Wow.
18. And I left there and I jump again. I jumped to Kaduna. They say I wasn't good enough to play in Kaduna under 18. So I was to say the finish. I was like, wow. And damn, I was stranded. So nowhere to go. I can't go front. I can't go back. I have to be in Kaduna, sleep on the street for like 2 days before I finally had to get across to them in Borno. So before I had to go and play with also under 18 or under 17 with Mona, Sani, those great players like that we had a youth stuff together. So whatever you want to do, just make sure you never let anybody outwork you. So
Mm.
whatever I do, like I always say, I always want to be the MVP. But I mean the
Yeah.
MVP, I always want to be the man with a mission and a vision and a passion. So it's going to
Wow.
make you to strive to be the best you want to be.
So the takeaway for me is whatever you do, always do to the best. I want to be the MVP. Yeah. So I'd like you to. I
Definitely.
know you won the MVP of the Nigerian League in like '97, if I'm correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like you to take us
Yeah.
through that transition, your journey to the NBA. You know, when did you get to the NBA, and how was it like for you?
I mean, I must give kudos to everybody that have an impact in my life. When growing up, I've been shout out to Coach Yemi Abiodun, who kind of just sent me from my grassroots from Ibadan, and a couple of just introduced me to basketball, to me the fundament of basketball. The Connor Sam who played for the Warriors and also played for with Lake Phillips and all the other guys, Dio Vida, Bolaji Vida, Aposh, and all those guys I played with that helped me to grow. And so it was kind of Tony Aduku, and all those guys that can be motivational. But I know those guys about Jibril, those guys I play with, they kind of just
Mm.
towards a kind of this thing that also helped me one way or the other because it's a team sport. So then, but finally, I play for Warriors, then I play with Customs, and even just play for the Dan Warriors kind of just be a kind of little funny story because like I came from school, I was like really
Yeah.
wanted to play, and I was out there. I said I wanted to play. I went to Surulere Wars. They wanted to play Division Two. They said you're not good enough. They said we can't have you. I said wow. I went again. I went to NAF, which is Air Force Armed Forces. They said you're not good enough. I went to another team. That was before Division Two. Five of them rejected me, and I now went to Warriors. They said no, you can. I said okay, and I just want to go play pickup. And I was playing pickup, and I was just playing, and they had a. I never knew that the owner of this, the Judan Warriors, Colonel San was he already told me that I wasn't good enough. He was out there beeping. So I was just there doing my thing. He said, hey, yeah, come here, come and get it, come and get it, just come and sign. So then
Yeah.
I was just registered right away. And fortunately enough, I thank God that led them to the title, which they haven't won in years at the same time. So then I now joined Customs. That was one of the best time I ever had. Play with a beautiful, great players as at that time. It was great. Then we went for 23 and a whole with Customs.
Wow.
So then
Wow.
I got employed by Customs. So that was when Nigerian Custom actually for Custom. We were the first set of Custom that actually started Customs. So about people Oko to Daniel Moko and all those guys that kind of just be together and do Samson, Emmanuel Peters and all those guys we all play together. That brought the team to Custom Division 1 we won. Now my dream team came. I'll have to choose between Islanders and Comets. So I
Wow.
was like, wow, you just like you having a beautiful wife, two beautiful wives. So I was like, you know what can I do?
Yeah.
You know what? Then I chose Comets. I mean, I chose Comets. I love Coach Shonoike, one of probably greatest coaches. Talking about those two greatest coaches in Nigerian sport back then. He was like, wow. So I decided to choose Comets. And when I get to Comet, it was just like I was in like a school of basketball, school of thought.
Mm.
So then I go through the fundamental, all those ones. So then I wasn't a guy coming out of Comets or
Yes.
coming to the Comet. I wasn't a guy. So I had the guys ahead of me, forgot so good. And things going well and well and well and well. I won the player of the month. I won this and that. Then we were actually playing basketball. Maybe I know you're gonna ask me so question down the road. We actually played basketball. I was enjoying basketball. That's made me what I am today. Contributed it. So and all those things started. Now everybody wants to come to the national stadium. Olumide gets helicopter. Olumide against this. It was just like fun. Maku against this, against Fryo, against Shegun. So we were having fun. So we saw Blessing Madagwas is coming in, Baba Jubril, Mufu. Look, you were just balling. So see the old gym out there. We're gonna go on the road. We go to Kano. You're gonna hear go feel us, crucify there, feel us. Am I Jesus Christ? For you to know how basketball was electrified, you go to Jaws and all this while. So then it was probably a great privilege for me, but without my teammate, there was what I could have done. I had a guy that always encouraged me then. It was Dio Vida. He was something that by the time I got there, I just like I was both became MVP. So I mean, I was not among the one that weren't supposed to be in the national team. Invited, yes, I was in the junior team. Then I was under 22, 95, whatever. Invited, 96, so under 22. But now in 97 with the national team, I wasn't invited because they didn't invite me officially. But by the time I became the MVP and I did well, so they actually not invited me to the national team. So brought me to the national team. Well, I'm boom, and you just saw myself. When you're looking about basketball back in the days, we always play the pickup games on Saturday and Sundays, which look like Rutgers Park in New York. If you go to Air Force Base, if you go to Air Force Base on Air Force Base on Sunday, the cantonments on Saturday, especially in Lagos. I don't care. I don't care who you are. As long as you come out there on that Sunday and Saturday, we go to ball. If you like come from NBA, that's what you're gonna see. We on base, we'll be like, come on. I mean, we get some too. So it helped you to develop your game. And you that just came from overseas, you always want to come and just play, have a nice pickup. So it was competitive then, very very competitive. So then I went to the NBA. From there, and I got to the national team. And I came back from the national team. I played with all those guys that played in NCAA. They were stars. Tunji Awojobi, Mohamed Hacha, God bless his soul. Peter Aloma, God bless his soul. Emeka Okenwa, BBJ, Coach Ayla Johnson, Dominic Ocon, Julius Nwosu, a great late Swadi Roland, great guy. Bemunti Suribo that play with me in Comets. So when you look at all those lineups, and we have about 8 to 10 of them played in college.
Yeah.
But for them came home, and someone like me had opportunity to rub shoulder with these guys, to play against these guys. It gave me the confidence. It gave me like, if I can play against you guys, you played in Boston, you too, Joby, great guy, so skilled, and I could do what I did. So now, so I was confident. I was in the team. I was in the 15-man roster. So but I didn't play in the Nations Cup. I was 15-man roster. Now, by the time we came back, it's the time to go to World University Games. So that was in Sicily. So that already gave me confidence.
What year was that?
1997. 1997. So we went to World University Games in Sicily. So when you get to Sicily, 97, and she just like, boom. So fortunately enough, I led World University Games in the point. was about 25.5, and a rebound about 16.4 at the World University Games.
Wow.
I remember double overtime against Russia. I had a 36 point, a 28 rebound, and then we had we were talking about our home league that majority of us that play were home. Great Oche was the great Oche. We have Micah Kubo. We have a Lace Wadi Roland. We have Blessing Madagua. Zamani Gideon was in the team. Bob Morris was in the team. Who else in it? Bob Morris in the team. We had, I think we had like 11 players. So we were all homegrown, home-based players that played in the league. And that was the first time against Italy. In Italy, we lost to them by 3 points. We were robbed. The first time the Nigerian team will ever get to the World Cup in the semifinals, rather than in Italy. So all these were all homegrown players that were just playing.
So there was a time where homegrown players were dominating the national team and they were making remarkable progress.
2 weeks, homegrown and homeborn, dominated, but we went out of the country to go or play to college. Yes, and yes. I mean, I think we started having the pros. The first time we had pro was in 1998 in the World Cup. So we had some years. Kingsley Ogunde was born in Nigeria, was great. But Daniel Konko was born in the US, but he acted like a typical Nigerian. We call him Oyinbo. So those guys are just one we just started. And towards the course of my national team, up to 2005. So you will see that about 75% of the national team players were all local, were all homegrown. In the 97, we had nobody that was for the. I'm sure 95, 97 also, we have no foreign players. We came second. In 1999.
Yeah, so we're going to come back to the national team, your experience and all.
Okay.
But I'd like you to take us through the transition into the NBA.
Into the NBA. Okay,
yes.
So then after the World University Games, I came back to Nigeria, and I went to Russia. So went to Russia, was sweet and bad experience, So I was in Russia, being a young guy, out there dominated in Russia. From there, I led the Russian league in rebounds, not really in scoring, rebound and block shot. They were like, who's this young guy that just grew up on that? So I now got invited to the Nike Euro Camp in Treviso, where all the best players in the world play. I got out there, I dominated, I did well in the squad. We had a Paul Gasol, we had Andrei Krylenko, we have a Tony Parker, we had Yao Ming, Radmanovic, Raul Lopez. We're talking about the best young players in the world. Come out there. I did well. So from there, I got invited to go to the academy and play for Germany, DJK Wolfsburg, to play alongside with Dirk Nowitzki. So I went to play alongside with Dirk Nowitzki. We had a great year. I mean, the mother was my mother, the father was my father. We were living together. We lived like a brothers. Wow. So Dirk played with me 1 year. So after then, he went to the NBA during lockout. So then I picked up from there. Okay, for the second year, I went to the Nike Hoop Summit the first year, dominated, and I was the only players that actually got brought back again, and I'm also the captain of the team at the Nike Hoop Summit in 2000. I was in Germany. I was the MVP. I was the rebounder leader. I won the best 5 awards, and all those accolades come together. So when in 1999, I applied for the NBA draft, and during that 99, it was the World Cup, or the Junior World Cup. I became the best 5 all defensive team. I led in rebound, led in block shot, all defensive team, and from there, boom, I went back to the NBA. I said, okay, I'm not ready yet. Went back to Germany, played 1 more year, and I led in rush in Germany, did what I said, and it could come in the 2000 NBA draft, and where my name was called. Despite the fact I wasn't happy about it, because I was projected to go. Look at NBA draft 2000. I was projected to go the first round, but I ended up going the second round. I was mad. I was angry. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, NBA. Immediately this time, I said, I don't want to play. I don't want to do. I want to go back to Europe. So then they offer me a contract. Normally, they don't offer a second round contract like that. So they offered me a contract right away because they wanted me to stay. So that was the journey.
Wow. I mean, that's beautiful. So since you traveled a lot during your early career, I mean, what's like the biggest culture shock? I know all the places you went to, there was no amala, Niwedu, or Bedui, or Ewa. How are you able to adapt to it? That cultural difference.
Oh well, I mean, some places that I can go, I dey go with my Gusio, go with my Gary, go with wherever I could go to, wherever I cannot see. I mean, I do go with some, but I already get myself ready as a professional,
Yes.
not to have a cultural shock.
Yes.
So I'm trying to adapt to them, not them adapting to me. I have to
Yeah.
adapt to their culture, adapt to their food, adapt to the
Mm.
environment. That all
And
those
their
years that I played,
lifestyle.
I mean, all my 20 years of professional basketball, it helped me to go through this, to navigate through this. Whatever I can take food to, I do. Whatever I cannot, I just kind of just like do what needed to be done to make sure I just always keep my head just above the water.
Wow. Yeah. So coming back to the national team, I know you already gave us an insight where you were not really supposed to be on the team, but after you won the MVP, they invited you to the team. I like you to throw light on two things, like two key things. The first is three. Sorry. The first is when did you become the captain of the national team? That's one. Then the second one is what was your best experience, like which particular tournament was the best, your most memorable experience with the national team? And then tell us about the last, I think the Afrobasket in 2015 that you led the team to win against Angola. So I want you to touch these three things about your national team experience.
About the national team experience, the setup is, I mean, it's like a turn by turn.
Yeah.
You can jump the sheep. Coming out there was BBJ, was a captain out there. Although BBJ always said, "Oh no, you don't play with me." So I mean, probably gotta give kudos to him and shout out to BBJ, more like a brother, a friend, a coach, a mentor, all this while. So then after then, we probably have then Daniel Conco was captain one way or the other when he came out there. Then later on, after then, I had a Tunde Awojobi probably being a captain. So there was a time where Julius Nwosu was, but Tunde Awojobi stayed long being the captain, and that you always want to pass touch. To the younger ones. So Tunde Awojobi, when he was a captain, I was alongside playing with Tunde. So by the time the Tunde stepped away from the national team, and I became the captain, because it said give honor to those honors are dues. There was no way I was going to be the captain when Tunde Awojobi was still the captain. So I became a captain when Tunde Awojobi left, and I was assistant captain when Tunde Awojobi was there. But when Tunde Awojobi left, I now became the captain, but I couldn't become a captain while Tunde Awojobi, was there. That is only about the captainship. And if I could get a second one, you said what is the experience with national team? I mean, I kind of just have two different feelings, different national teams that brought different things, different group of set of people that you want brought different things. It's just in a situation where you see yourself, where you meet yourself. Um, I I could say with all respect and humility, no prejudice, or whatever I'm gonna say. I think one of the best one I really enjoy, because of the atmosphere, because of the situation, because how things were. I probably believe was I enjoyed the national team '97. I enjoyed national team '98. I enjoyed national team '99. Because why? Because we're all brotherhood, we're all together. And at the same time, during this time, we were actually going with charter flights.
Mm.
Yes. Yes. Nigerian national team went 1997 to Dakar with a charter flight. We even went with supporters club. The same thing with 98 to Greece. The same thing with 99 to Angola. You know. So this is the Angola one was great, was fantastic, came down from 26 points down. It was just being a young guy going up and down. Despite the fact there was a war in Angola, but we still stay in a place where we're safe. We come back from the game, we be on the pool, we play music, We enjoyed it, the brotherhood, everything was despite the fact there was a war. And the
Yeah.
basketball then was great, was really great. And then I could just say that one of the not a good moment, but it was a great experience for me. I had no bad feelings. Also, from the old, a lot of people don't know what national team he was. Everybody
Mm.
just thinks it was. And for me, I know you play for your national team. It's not about being rosy. There's a lot of sacrifices that you made. I remember
Yeah.
when we were in Dallas. I mean, I was an NBA player, and we slept on the bunk. I slept on the bunk. That's what the
Wow.
NBA player, yes, in Dallas. Myself, Tuji Awizobi, Kingsley Ogundere, Gabe Monike, Icon. We slept on the bunk in Dallas,
Mm.
playing with the national team. Even including our coach, Ayo Bakari. He slept on the bunk.
Wow.
Yeah, so and this talking about a man that has
That's
everything.
that's that's a high level of patriotism.
Yeah, so and we came back there. There was a time we slept on the conveyor bed at the airports. We never complained. I enjoy the play with the national team. So and it kind of just bring mixed feelings to different people. But when people started coming, the expectations getting higher and higher. And you've been in a situation where I played in the NBA. The NBA asked me not to play for the national team. They stopped me from the team because I had no
Wow.
insurance. I mean, I had to buy insurance by myself. I paid for my insurance by myself in
So that
2001. I
they
paid for
can
my
allow you to play on the national team.
yes, and I have to also insure myself, play for the national team in 2003. I mean, you never hear anything about this. That okay,
Mm.
maybe I never made any stories, anything like that, because it's just like my country gave me the opportunity, gave me the
Yeah.
exposure back then. So I was grateful for that. I always enjoyed being with my brothers during that particular time. So everything brought different things, but now jumping to 2015. 2015 was we were determined from the day one. So because we fell short. But the team that people doesn't really talk about, give kudos, was that team to the Olympics. That was an historical team. I hope probably we can do movies on it down the road. That was 2015. That was a historical team with the national team in 2012 to the
Mm.
Olympics. And also the people that made that trip also to Madagascar in 2011 when we started the journey. I actually believe that Nigerian basketball actually started changed the national team level in the high level, whatever it's from 2011 to 2012. In 2013, we fell short, in Abidjan, then which also
Yeah.
translated to 2015. So we out there, things were not right, everything. I'm gonna give kudos to the federations. There was no money, they made it work. So we started the camp in Abuja. From there, okay, we now went to France. From France, we went to Italy. From Italy, we flew to Tunisia. So then we won. Nobody really gave us a chance. ID Hogu, Angel didn't play. They couldn't believe I was going to play. So people in basketball, when somebody goes down, that means gives chance to another person to step up,
Yeah. Mm.
you know, to just feeling. So Shane Lawak came in, he played with his energy, with intensity. Andy Okide, I was out there. Alade Aminiguez, we all pick up the slack. Then Chamberlain came up and shot it out of the ball.
Yeah.
And
Can't
we had the young fellow from he was in Syracuse. He was in Syracuse then. I forgot his name. So we all just picked up. So the 2015 was historical, the first time Nigeria ever won it. And for me, I believe that, after loss to Angola, I lost to Angola in 1999 in the finals in Angola, lost to Angola in 2001, lost to Angola in 2003 in the finals, lost to Angola in 2005 in semifinals. I didn't play Angola in 2007, so that was really the best year for us because we came fifth. 2009, lost to Angola as well. In 2011, I lost to Angola in the semifinals again. And in 2013, we lost to Senegal. Then 2015, I said, you know what? That was my ninth Afro basket. That was my ninth Afro basket. About 19 years playing with the national team. I said, you know what? I
Wow.
have to just make sure I try to get these and try to get it done. So, it was amazing. And it was a
Yeah.
great feeling.
I can
That
imagine
I
the
was
relief after beating Angola. You have been
Oh
losing to them
yeah,
for 9 years, and then you beat them in 2015 and in the finals.
but not
I mean, that's
9 years.
like,
Ninth Afro basket. That's about
okay, yeah.
20 years.
Wow.
20, 19
Wow.
years. So and I mean it is what it is. So that's it.
Wow, wow. I mean, so now I know why that 2015 AfroBasket was really, really historical, and it meant a lot to you guys on the national team because it was. I mean, till date, there have been plenty of talks about it. It- there's hardly a discussion about the national team where the 2015 AfroBasket will not be mentioned. Yeah, so I mean, it's really historical for you guys. So, but I stand to be corrected. From that 2015, after you guys won the AfroBasket, there started being a decline in the national team. I mean, we have not really won any major tournaments since then, and I think there were some. I don't want to say political, but some of the major guys on the team. You retired, I think, after the AfroBasket before the Olympics, before the 2016 Olympics. But major guys on the team were no longer on the team, and do you have any idea why it happened like that and why some of the guys refused to play? I don't know if they refused to play or they were not invited to play. Just give us the backstory of all that situation, and to crown it up, you tell us the difference between the national team then and now, and what can make it better.
Uh, you try to put me on the hot
I'm
seat.
putting you on the hot seat, right?
But first of all, let me say this.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean I retired. I still play with the national team in 2016, and after 2016, but 2 weeks to the Olympics, 2 weeks or 3 weeks to the Olympics, I decided to just take a bow and then give a younger one an opportunity. I was still in the camp. I might pull out of the camp and decided to give a younger one an opportunity. So when I know that thing is also, and being an Olympian one time is Olympian for life. So for the goal was for me to go to the Olympics. So that was how that one went. And we talk about it national team then now, but we will still go to 2016. You will know that the highest we ever ranked was in 2016 to 2017 January, thereabout, when we were ranked number 15 in the world.
Wow.
That was the highest we were. And from then, a lot of
A
a lot
decline.
of a lot of factors, and I just it's just really saddened that when you said that when what you build, what you try to build, what you were building, and it just
Yeah.
keeps down on your face. Uh, People, I think we have success, but we could have had a lot of better success than what we're having right now, especially with men. With the women, kind of just different. Everybody see this, but you could see the way they were building women. That was what the men they were building the men to at that time. But what happened with the women and men was that as at that time with the women, there was a continuity. You know,
Yes.
you see that the women team actually turned around in the in Paris in the which I led the team. I was a team manager in that 2016 in in France on the Olympic qualifiers. So I must give people their flowers. Isa, Umar, all those guys. They put this. If you don't know that team I've been putting together from 2012 or 2011
Mm.
when they were kids in high school. I'll take you back because they're supposed to go to World Cup in 2011. They didn't go, and we got fined. I don't know if you remember those girls. Now jump to the
Yeah.
boys. That's the question. Um, Play for the national team. Everybody have a different motives.
Yeah.
So, and what I could just say that's all what we need to do in the national team. The people that's going to appreciate what you have on your chest when you have Nigeria. You have to understand the system. So a couple of our players don't understand the system. The expectation were high. Was like,
Yes.
oh no, this high, I can get this man, this shit, this man. No, it doesn't work that way. So we were unique as a Nigerian. So we have to understand. I'm talking from the player's perspective. I've seen a lot of dedicated players that I've played in my life. And I've seen some players who are like, according to me, like strong-headed. And at the same time, we have to make sure we do the right thing. So there are different things that affect Nigeria, the
Yeah.
national team, the continuity, and there's a lot. But the only thing I could just say is I hope we can get it right. I believe
Yeah.
we can get it right. And we have to be in a situation where we understand what it takes in playing for the national team from the player perspective and also
Yeah.
from administrative perspective. So there was a back in the days when things was like, we have to treat the players like did na whatever it is. Now things are different. So we have to understand things is and there's a lot that kind of just going on, and that hopefully that we can just get it right. And it's only going to be. I mean, the only thing I could just say that I'm afraid for our basketball right now for our national team because we are allowing other people to 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 pick to okay, let me say we allow, for example, like South Sudan to think they can
Yes.
compete with us. Why they can't compete with us? So we are allowing like Senegal, of course, a great player they can compete. Senegal is great. Tunisia, all those other countries they can compete. Why they cannot compete with us? Hopefully we can get it together and see these in a way, and hopefully we can all come together as one, use our knowledge, our experience to make sure we do the right thing,
I
not
get back to
and get back on the track. But if you say, "Oh no, we are doing good, we are doing well," everybody translation or
yes.
definition of things are different. So and everybody's satisfaction of things are different. So, and with the national team, is different. I'm an homegrown player. I'm an home-based player. I would remain home for life. I would remain Nigeria for life, whatever it is. So I must say things in a different way.
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for that response. I think you were able to answer, better than I expected. So something that I want to bring up now is not really moving away, but you personally. Me, as like the later member of the basketball community, I didn't get to experience you play, but I started experiencing, or I got to know about you when about first from your basketball foundation, which you have been running programs in Lagos and a couple of other places within the country. So I just want to appreciate you for all of that stuff that you've been doing. I mean, not so many players have played and then come back to Nigeria to support the game the way you are doing. Um, what you're doing with the basketball, with the Olumide Oyedeji Basketball Foundation, the annual camps that you've been running. I mean, it goes a long way to keep the game alive. Also, what you're doing with hoops and read. I mean, when I played in Division One, I think that was in 2016 or 2015 thereabouts. Hoops and read was
Yeah,
like colorful team in Abuja. From the jerseys to the towel to the backpacks. I mean, that was like the standard. Everybody would see and point, to the team, and it was glaring that Olumide Oyedeji, from his international experience, is trying to bring the actual basketball culture and actual basketball lifestyle and actual basketball experience to the youth. And you used your team, as a starting point, to build that standard. I wish every other team could have emulated your team. And even till now, I mean, in Port Harcourt, your team was like the best, had the best apparel, the playing structure, the team of coaches. It was beautiful. So I just want to commend you for that standard you're setting and the way you're. I mean, anytime, whatever you are involved in, it's colorful. That's like the best word I can come up with. It's colorful, and I really want to appreciate you for doing all of that. Now, I want us to talk about the reality in our basketball setting, particularly in Nigeria. Okay. I know you are. How, however, I think you're still a member of the board.
I mean, I lost you a little bit for like 10 seconds. The last thing I heard before the network bad was when you said, let's come to reality. Please, can you kindly just come
Okay.
again
Yes.
with it?
Yes. So I'm saying, let's come to reality now, like where you are now and where basketball in Nigeria is currently. I think, if I am not mistaken, you are a member of the current board of the Federation, of the Basketball Federation in Nigeria. Did you get that part? Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm.
Okay. Great.
But you have not asked the question. But yes, yeah, I said yes, I am. But you have not
Okay.
asked the
Great.
question.
All right.
So
Great. All
I
right.
didn't
Great.
hear what you said earlier on. Well, I didn't hear what
Okay.
you said earlier on.
Okay. Yeah. So, being that you're a member of the current board of that's the leadership of the Basketball Federation in Nigeria, I just want you to highlight a couple of what the board has achieved in this tenure.
Just everybody's definition of success is different.
Mm-hmm.
My yard may be different with your yards, and I could just say we did well in the girls or female national team. We did well. We won
Mm.
Afro Basket 2023. Our tenure started in January
2022.
2022, and as at
Yes.
that time, there was Afro Basket. For the men, we missed the World Cup, we missed the Olympics. For men, so we struggled. We missed Afro Chan. We didn't do well in men. But in women, we won Afro Baskets again, and we also um, we also went to the Olympics, and we did well.
Yeah.
So that was a great, and that was what I could honestly, with all sincerity, say that I speak well. But and the one thing I just wanted to also understand is, I mean, as much as I will probably like, we just have to be. I mean, I just want to try to remain positive, to stay
Yes.
positive, and to also be factual and be truthful.
Yes.
Um, when you're talking about the local base, um, I felt extremely, really, really, really bad. I felt so sad, and it's just in a situation where um, there was a time I just sat down a couple of years back, and I was shedding tears because while shedding tears was uh, I believe I'm a partner. Anybody that's in Nigerian basketball is having any progress right now, I think the person needs to be taken to psychiatric hospital and check his head.
Yes.
And because I mean I could just say, I mean, I'm part of the problem. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
take responsibility. I'm not going to say yes to this and that. I'm a part of the board. I don't think we are doing personally think we're doing enough. Some people might be saying they're doing enough, but for me, the person, I don't think we're doing enough because what I mean, I could measure with when I was playing, and I was measured with when our basketball was in the past. Um, because if uh, I did not get a chance, if I didn't get a chance, maybe I could have never become what I am today. We had saw
Yes.
one article some days ago. I shed tears. I feel bad. We have actually wasted a generation of basketballs in this country. That is the truth. Because we can come up with any excuses. And I keep talking, I keep saying it. Anybody that the one thing that Nigerian basketball needs to just be, we have to be back to where we were as a one family, as together, so we can enjoy the game, we can impact the game, and all of us in this federation, all of us in this sport, not only federation, everybody in the basketball circle,
Every
they can all
stakeholder.
bring, they can all bring their heads together and make it one. And unfortunately, we, the majority players in this,
Yes.
majority of us don't know what the players feel. Majority of us don't know what the coaches feel, what everybody feels. Because how many of our own players, sorry, how many of our own children, including myself, is playing in this Nigerian league? Now, how can we know what the players feel?
Feel.
How can we know how they feel? I mean, basketball took me off the street. I mean, I was a bus conductor. I was out there
Wow.
shoveling all over. But yes, basketball changed my life. And I want to see more Olumide over there because I know there are better Olumide out there. But we're destroying their future by our selfish interest, with our ego, with the politics. I just just want to get emotional because it's really hurtful for me. And I'm very passionate about this because I decided, I made a promise to God. I said, I want to change life. I want to help people. If God can help me change my life with basketball, we God's deed. So that's why you see all what I'm doing because I want to pass this one is down. And
Yeah.
but you can only do what I'm not taking myself out. But I
Yes.
keep saying it. If we are all honest and we are all sincere, we all say we love this basketball. There's no reason why all of us should not work together. I don't need to like OJs. OJs, when you play, did you love all your teammates?
No, 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 no.
Really?
It's not possible.
Did you guys go and win or not?
Definitely. We won games together.
That's how the basketball is. To run it, I don't need to like OJs, but we
Hmm.
come around the table and look at OJs. A lot of people say that they don't like me. I don't need you to like me, but
Yeah.
let's achieve what we want
Since
to
we have the
achieve.
same interest.
Let's
Yes.
have this. I mean, when I was in college, when I was out there, I was enjoying the game. I was going to school. I had money. I never asked for money from my parents.
Wow.
So I was enjoying it. Basketball changed my life. But how many lives, do we know how many lives we have wasted? I know why some people are enriching themselves and some people are doing the different things in a different ways. And it's very painful. And you look at it, all this with the, I've talked about national team in the past. Okay, if Nigerian teams, they brought a professional to go and play
Yes.
in Afro basket, we use the home base to go play in the African games. And we
Yes.
always win. Nigerian
Mm.
home base actually was the first team. We were like a 10 of them. I was playing pro, yes, and we had one other foreign players. We won the first goal for Nigeria in May in 2011.
Wow.
Yes. Myself, yes, was the captain. We have Stanley Gumut. We have
Stanley Gomes.
Ejike Ubaji was there. So we have Jason Bazway. We had Azoma. We had
Now,
Ndabu. We had Matthew. We had, I
yeah.
mean, Osi was a part of the team, I believe. So, I mean, they were all homegrown players. A
Yes.
year after that, we took them to London. Sorry, a year after that, or the same year that we started uh, from uh, from Madagascar. From Madagascar, we went to another one. We went to AfroBasket. Sorry, African Games. Then we won gold. That was the first gold ever. That by a local coach, Sani Ahmed,
Yeah.
and the coach Andrew Sokaki. In 2012, they went on the tour to China. They engaged the play. Then 2013, the same about the nine of us or eight of them again, joined with myself again, and one with Andy Quady and one other player who just went in high school or college there. We went to play in Stankovic Cup and beat the Puerto Rico national team that went to London. So you
Wow.
could see the impact of our local league on those players then.
Mm.
And Yahya Abdullah just became the rookie of that time. He was exceptionally playing well. He had his breakout year. Got invited to the men's national team again when we're in Florida. So Michael Ori was out there. Mike was just so you could see the impact of the local league. But where are those now? We don't have them. And then we come up with excuses upon excuses upon excuses. So I don't want to really go into that details, but again, but you cannot make a carpenter to do a weather job.
That's true.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know.
You don't know.
So
Yeah.
the excuses or giving excuse upon excuses, I don't know about it. But God save Nigerian basketball.
Amen. I think since we are all very optimistic people as Nigerians and as basketball people in Nigeria, I believe strongly that sooner than later, the change is going to come. So
but the change is going to come. But the change is going to come if we give
the right people.
Not just only the right people. Even if we put the right people, we don't work together as a family. But the change starts from me, from you, from the chairman, from the director of sports, from everyone. Because some people doesn't want it to happen. Quote me. When the election comes you're going to see people bribing people. You're going to see people spending money up and down. You're going to see people putting a lot of things together and they try to start changing the chairman, try to keep bribing. So all this is part of what they don't know. A lot of factors that affect Nigerian basketball. If you give a director of sports 200,000 naira, 300,000 naira, and he chose the wrong person to go vote, and I vote for OJ, with all respect and humility. I'm not saying OJ is a bad person. Okay. Yes. So now they go vote for OJ. So when they go vote for OJ, they change the real chairman. They can't, because they just wanted to be part of all those things. So they don't know that what decision the OJ made, good for OJ, but bad for Nigerian youth. You don't know how many youth you impacted with 100,000, 200,000 naira that they just put in your pockets. So a lot of this happened. A lot of things is happening. This is happening from the beginning, not just now. It's been happening. At the same time, you can take away politics from sports, but try to do the right thing. So think about the future of the younger generation. You cannot just put it out there. So if you look at it, I keep saying something. Allow me to jump into this. We have a three type of people that want to use that try to run Nigerian sports. The first set of people, you have a set of people that just want to run Nigerian sports to make name for themselves, for them to be seen in the public, and they have nothing to offer. We have some people that they just want to come out to run Nigerian sports, they just want to use it to just make money and to enrich themselves and to travel.
Yes.
So they have some people they just want to be running and they have nothing to offer. Only what to say is take it. And they have the fourth kind of people that who has the passion to want to run it. But those last one, they don't really succeed because those three set of people already try to outwork, outpaid, and outmatch the fourth person because it was a genuine interest. So I was like, why should I want to serve you, OJ, or why should I pay you? Or why should I bribe you to serve you? If I want to do Nigerian basketball, tell me, why should I bribe you? Why should I bribe with 50 million, with 70 million, with 80 million, 100 million to serve you? I say I want to serve you. So why should I bribe you to serve you? So, and that's why I say, if you see an elderly man running inside the bush, if he's not chasing something, something is chasing him.
It's chasing him.
So instead of me, and I said it, for me to come and bribe you, OJs, that I want to become my Southwest rep, I bribe you 20, 40, 30 million. Sorry, you can keep it. I'm going to serve I'm going to use that money in protecting and investing in the future of the younger generation, because that will do that. You get my money, and you didn't vote for me, OJ. What I do? So how we invest that money in the players, how we invest that money in the youth, how we invest the money in the future. So if we truly love this game, we should do the right thing.
Yes, yes, yes. So talking about the elections, I think the current board, like you said, were inaugurated in 2022. So their tenure ends in January 2026. So there's going to be a new election any moment from now. And for now, it's still not clear. We're hearing about a couple of people who are interested in leading the board of the federation. And your name comes up as one of them. I don't know if you have confirmed.
I think I may have to check whether
from
I have to check whether I see this hot or cold. Go
yeah,
ahead.
so from the people that have mentioned your name as one of the most popular candidates, they believe strongly that you can bring your international experience, and for the fact that they believe you have genuine interest of the game and the players at heart, that you be a good person for the role. So I'd like to ask, if you become the MBF president, or you are given a chance to lead the board, what strategies do you think you can implement to change the face of the game in Nigeria, and put basketball back to where it was and take it even further?
I heard you, like I told you. I mean, you just try to bring my seat out. I have to know when my seat is out. My seat is cold. First of all, let me say thank you once again. The first thing I can say is that I'll be hearing a lot of things, a lot of rumors. I don't believe it until I had some people saying our tenure is going to expire in October. Our tenure, I was not voted in as a Southwest rep in October. I was voted in as a Southwest rep in January 2026. If we see anyone or anybody, I think contrary, I can't control what they think. They're afraid to think what they think and how they feel.
Yes.
Then we're going to be economical of the truth, and we're going to be selfish. So, but everybody has their own opinion. But I, Olumide Oyedeji OLY, sworn an oath as an MBBF officials and board member in January 2026. And I'm ready to leave that space on or before January 2026. So that is it. Anything after that is like we're going back to what we're saying, talking about selfish and greedy.
Yes.
But I don't know doing it. That is that and that. Two, the people that believe, I thank everyone for the trust. I thank everyone for the belief. I thank everyone. You're correct. If I say that wherever they mention the next candidate, my name is not mentioned. I've had it, and people have said it, and I appreciate the love, the trust, and confidence that they have, despite the fact that I've not even said anything to the 95% of the people that mentioned my name. Yes. That means they actually put me under pressure. What I mean putting me under pressure, that means like because they believe in me or in my ability, and they say this, that means they're expecting a lot. And when people expect a lot from you, you cannot mess it up at all. I can tell you and take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. To change Nigerian basketball, it doesn't take 2 years. Take it to the bank. Nigerian basketball can be changed. But the first thing we just need to be done, whenever the opportunity comes, I want the home to be together. And then the house to be together. And I'm a typical Bush Yoruba boy. They said, permit me to say, I'm going to the elders that listen to this. They say, Ti ode ubadun, bi beni lunri, and I will translate to you. Oji, I know you don't understand.
Yeah.
They say that if inside your house is not sweet, it's not good. The outside is look like a desert.
Mm.
What I mean by that is like we need to be together as one, positive minded. So that's when we can get sponsors. That's where you make everybody give them sense of entitlement. Okay, bring the family together. Let everybody come say their own opinion. Not when people express their feelings. And I've seen the players when players speak has been arrogant and cocky. No.
Yes.
So we have to just everybody so we can be together as one family. And then as a leader, you must have a listen here.
Mm.
You must be when everybody's talking about leadership is not only about leadership. I always say leadership is by influence. As
Yes.
a leader, that influence means some things. I mean you must have an integrity. Hen mean you must nurture the one that coming behind you. You know, have you must have faith in your followership. Hell, you must have a listen here. You must have an understanding heart. All right. Have you must have faith in your followership. You
Mm.
must be emotionally intelligent.
Mm.
You know, so and you must be. It's just let me kind of just put it down. But
Yeah.
if we have a home together collectively, sit down with the players, and a lot of things that kind of just go that a lot of pressure that people put on me is like what they accept from others. It will be difficult to be accepted if if the MBBF president, if I become MBBF president, I'm not saying it, just say if. Why? Olumide Abba Bros. You know now, you should know better. Maybe you play the game, you know the game. You should know how this thing is
Yeah.
just gonna be. I mean, I might even become the disastrous, the worst basketball president ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because with your knowledge, with the NBA, with Abba, I mean, I've seen the players that walk up to me
Yeah.
in a tournament, that I didn't know anything about it. I've been doing something before. I mean, she, of course, maybe he's listening to that. I played with
Yeah.
quite a fact before. She went to one tournament. I mean, he had a standard that he has been seeing for the last 2, 3 years before then. That he just
Yeah.
walked up to me, bros. Now you do this one. I said, bros. He said, now you fuck up. Oh. And I didn't do it. I wasn't the one that did it. But that shows you that he already had that
That
like
impression and
that
orientation.
impression that bro, you said like you fuck up. Oh. So you could see that. So he was right, but thank God I didn't do it, so I didn't fuck up. So you can understand that. So I mean, he always great opportunity to serve. Of course, yeah, even before I'm just going to put my hands on it, I have to talk to my family. I have to talk to a few people, a few things, and have to consult widely. Yes, there's no doubt that my name will be mentioned. But the one
Yes.
thing I would say, yes, I served the country as a basketball player for 20 years. I played with the
Many
national
years.
team. I mean, I'm currently the president of the Nigerian Olympian Association, the chairman of the
Yes.
Athlete Commission, and also vice president of the Olympic Committee,
Let me see.
VP3. So that shows you, of course, you're serving the country. It can't just be the DNA. So,
Yes.
and whenever the opportunity comes, so I mean, whether member of the board, outside the board, always an opportunity to serve. So if I decide to just serve the board, if I decide to be the president, I'm probably hoping, willing, like these live chats, to answer any questions that kind of
Mm.
just will come on in. But whenever opportunity comes to serve the country, why not? Always a privilege. I'm going to be sitting there and be lying to you like but what I want to do, not just on this time, I want to give the knowledge to the younger generation.
Yeah.
I want to give them hope. I want to give them life. What I've learned, what is the basic when I'm back in Nigeria and do what I'm doing right here. I would have stayed back in the US, get about
Mm.
6 figures job, maybe 8 figures job down the road,
Yeah.
staying there. But I didn't have I wasn't happy with myself. That's why I came back home. I was not making any money in Nigeria for sure. Nothing. But
Mm.
I want to come back home, impact the younger generation. Like you said before, which is also a problem, I always want to be a pace setter. I
Mm.
want to use my team, my style to see how players should be treated.
Repeated.
You could leave, you could see that during the Quaker League, they could just tell
Yes.
you. I made a couple of rules that also affected me
Yeah.
as an. You could see during the Quaker, we made the rule and give kudos to TJ and all the people over there that helped me. Garbalawa, Ajibari Debelo, all those guys we sat together on the LMC board. Coach
Mm.
Aguila Pinero and all those people. We made the rules that there's no same day travel. So that means
Mm.
like if you play in Kaduna, you can't travel
Yes.
from Abuja today. You play
Yes.
today, you can't travel today. You have to travel yesterday, sleep
Yes.
overnight, and you cannot even leave after the game.
You
So
have
you
to
have to
rest before
stay
back again.
rest before. So I put the players in perspective. So anytime my team goes to, let's say to Ilorin, for example, instead of being playing for one night, I was paying for 4 nights, even from my own pocket. Instead of being
Wow.
paying for one night or for 1 day allowance for players, I was paying
Yes.
4 days allowances, 5 days for the players. Likewise, other teams. So that was the same year. We're also getting insurance for the players.
Wow.
You see, so now we get insurance for the players. Like, okay, we asked the team to insure the player the first year. They didn't do that. So we tried to take it from the source and ensure all the players were insured. So when you see the All-Star game, I saw somebody posted it. You saw the All-Star game in Abuja. You saw the TV. You saw the locker
Yeah.
room with the shoes,
Yes.
with the
Yes.
sleep,
Yes.
with the day scene, everything with the stage.
Mm-hmm.
They stayed in an hotel where everything was okay. I mean, they had all this. So that was our All-Star game was to celebrate our players. So that was how they were celebrated. So
Yeah.
it's like to you have to bring fun and entertainment to this, and
Yeah.
you have to make the players feel they're special because I say something. They say nothing about us without us. That means nothing about us
Mm.
without me. I'm talking about the players. Nothing about players without players. Nothing the
Yes.
administrators will administer if there's no players.
If there are no players.
Nothing I'm going to teach, nothing you're going to coach, nothing you're going to report without a player.
Mm.
Okay, so that was like the player development. We had it. We did few things, mentorship, and because life
Yes.
go beyond basketball, life is sport,
Yes.
life after sports, which is what made me have the hopes and read. Because like they go to school, I pay for the tuition, make sure they're in school, and do whatever I have to do. But that's why I just wanted to do. So I always want to be a pace setter, anything I do. But all these things can be implemented to Nigerian basketball. So whenever there's opportunity, and you can't do it alone. They say if you want to run
Yes.
fast,
Everybody
run alone. If you want to run
want to
far, run with a
go
group.
together.
So you have to get the right people, the right mind, but not people that want to use Nigerian basketball. So you have people that have mission, innovation, and the passion to move the game forward. So,
Yeah.
but when the time comes, I haven't seen a lot of attack on me recently. I've not said anything. I've had a lot of things. You've seen a lot of people try to with a different agenda. I mean, I
Yes.
don't see me as a threat. I am not a threat. See me as
Mm.
a blessing. Use me as
Yes.
resourceful. I'm not trying to compete with anyone, except I'm going to be an ingrate to God. That's why I'm going to say God has not done it for me. God has done everything for me in my life. The name, the fame, the security, exposure. I have a wonderful family. I'm okay. Every other thing I want to do is just like I had them. So, and just want to impact others. But you're going to see, quote me, you're going to see a lot of political stuff, a lot of
Yeah.
chairman trying to change, a lot of people money back here and there, whatever it is. But we also we want to serve. Why are we fighting if we truly want to serve? Why am I destroying OJ? If, we really want, if all of us know that OJ is going to be the best candidate, why can't we support him?
Yeah.
So and also to the we should stop collecting 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, and we know that this what we're doing will impacting the innocent's life. I mean, we said a lot. That's it.
Thank you so much. I mean, from the way you're talking, I believe you can go on and on and on, and it's clearly showing that you're truly, truly passionate about the game, and you want to see it change, you want to see it grow, and you're ready to serve, like you already mentioned. Thank you so much for joining me on this live. Like I said from the onset, it's a privilege to have you here, and I'm excited. I'm happy. The information you've dished out, everything. I mean, this should go a long way to enlighten, educate, and also to give people perspective on how best they can, or what they can do to help improve and support the game in Nigeria. So thank you for your time. I mean, I've dragged you. I
I
made
mean,
you
I want to
drag.
say even thank you for taking me out there. But what I probably just
Yeah,
want to see is, I just want to
yeah,
see all those young boys from the Division Two. I don't know when last we had
yeah.
a Division Two. I don't know when last we had a
That was
Division
like
One.
4 years
I don't know when
already.
we had all those things out there. So I just believe that we can have all this back. We stop fooling ourselves, and
Yeah.
that we are not impacted. We shouldn't be
Hmm.
judgmental. We shouldn't be personal. We should just find a way to impact the young for life and all the people, everyone that contributing to the success of Nigerian basketball, all the coaches, all the campers, the people that do the camps. I appreciate every single one of them from the bottom of my heart to the truth. And at the same time, for all the people who I hope we can all come together as
Yes.
one family and be positive minded and to come do not change the pole when it suits you. And
Mm.
just like myself, I had a lot of things. Maybe I never had the opportunity to work. Oh yeah, Olumide, you're the one that took them to court to stop this and that. No, I said it. I didn't take anybody to court.
Mm.
I did not take quote me, and I challenge anybody that said Olumide took them to court. If I take them to court, my name will be mentioned, and there's going to be a signature. I never send anybody to court. And the court case, whatever might be the case, I've been down, I've been thrown out the 4 years ago. So that's no excuses. I just know that just opportunity to claim, and I challenge everyone who said that I put everybody to court. Oh yeah, I was a question member. Like I said again, challenge it. And anybody who's find my name on that and my signature on the sheet that said temporary to court publicly, I'm not rich. I'm not. At least I can go and borrow. I have a $20,000 cash prize for reward for say Olumide took him to court, whatever it is. But whatever agenda it is an excuse, is a political, is a way to malign and just say other stuff. But let's stay positive. Let's come together to help Nigerian basketball. Let's build a future. Let's build a basketball nation that will be sustainable for the younger generation so we can change their
Exactly.
life like basketball changed my life. I just
Mm.
want to say thank you right here. OJs, thank you for the platform. Thank you for
Thank you,
putting all
sir.
this things together. So really appreciate it. Hopefully you continue. Hopefully you're not going to change when the opportunity comes. You can also
Yeah.
lead. Let's bring our knowledge together. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bigo. I really appreciate. Uh,
Thank you so much.
yeah.
All right,
All
so
right. Cheers.
maybe when that Nigerian basketball get better someday somehow, we can remember today and just like hey, you said it,
Definitely.
gotta just put it
Definitely.
on. I believe,
Believe too. I
I
believe too.
believe that this
I'm very
can be changed.
optimistic.
We put together
It will.
within the next
It
three
will.
years if we put it out there. Thank you,
It's
everybody.
appreciate.
Uh, I appreciate it.
All right,
Wonderful one.
sir.
Stay
Bye.
blessed. Bye.
Bye. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's Big O. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Bounce. I mean, it was really exciting for me and informative. And the most part and my takeaway is the optimism. Basketball is going to be great in Nigeria again. And just know that you heard it from here first. All right. So, one last time, this is The Bounce, one podcast for everything basketball in Nigeria and across Africa. See you. Please don't forget to subscribe so you can support. That's a good way to support me to keep making these videos. And let me know who you would want me to invite next. Let me know if you want to join us on the show. It's all about informing, educating, and inspiring through basketball. So, cheers. See you on the next one. Bye.